Ladies and gentlemen, live from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday or Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite or Collision Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings of AEW All Elite Wrestling action, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode number 2517, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'll be doing the Ring of Honor special that aired on YouTube, and I figured I might as well watch it because so I'm doing this first because it aired first before SmackDown. Here's the crazy deal about the whole episode change that we're going to be happening here. Now, I usually planned on doing the Card Sharks video for 2,518. But it will be now 2,519. Okay? And I've already made the video. Here's the difference. I've already made the video. And I made it look like it was took place tomorrow. So it was almost like telling you the future or something like that. I'm here for the future! Or something like that. I forget how Jordan does it, but it's hilarious. But however, here's the 411 on this. It will be 2,519. Alright, the Card Sharks Money Cards episode. Alright? And so bear that in mind. Because I've already did the video and I placed it as 2,518. So if you hear that, you don't have to correct me. I let you know. I decided I'm letting you know, guys, ahead of time. That's why. So you don't have to worry about correcting me. All right. I make mistakes. I'm not human. I mean, I'm human, but I'm not human. Yeah. Okay. It's been a crazy day for me today. Ooh, Lord. The weekends do get crazy, and I'll tell you one thing. It got crazy. I mean, crazy, insane, and you're talking about this. You just okay. Okay, we'll do this thing. Yeah, I burped, I farted, and lightning struck. I'm bullseye today. The fifth round. Watch that. Watch the last episode when I. Watch when I hit the fifth round. It was crazy. Anyways, let's get going. Ring of Honor special episode, and that happened. I started at 7 and it ended at, I think, at 8:30. An hour and a half special. 6-man tag action, as you know, the new tag team champions, the new 6-man tag team champions, I should say, Shane Taylor Promotions. They're looking for some challengers. A.R. Fox joined forces with the Kingdom. Now, A.R. Fox is originally from Connecticut. I did not know that. I know the Kingdom. I have a picture with them last year. In fact, around this month last year was the Teddy Good special, and I had a lot of fun going there, and I had a great time. I want to thank my pastor's wife who won me the tickets to see the Teddy Goods final. And that would be Reverend Joanne Lima. Thank you for those tickets. I had a great time. Took a lot of pictures with a lot of great, television wrestling stars. With Eddie Alicia Edwards of the System, Tommy Dreamer. I got a picture with him. The WWE Hall of Fame, The Godfather, Smart Mark Sperling, and Anthony Green, and then I got my picture taken with the Kingdom, which is really cool. And in fact, the Kingdom and A.R. Fox, they should call themselves the New England Connection, because A.R. Fox from Connecticut and they're Matt Taven and Mike Bennett from Massachusetts. They're both New England states, so figure why not? They won them against the Frat House, accompanied by Jack Jameson, or I'd like to call him Jackass Jameson because he acts like a total jackass. It's with Cole Carter, who should have been sleeping with the fishes. Where's Tony D'Angelo? Wait till Tony D'Angelo finds out Cole Carter's still alive, I thought I think it was 2 dimes that you threw in the fishes. 2 dimes is alive? Stacks, we got a big problem here. But you get them together and we'll go after 2 dimes, okay? He's over wrestling somewhere. And he's in his frat house. We're going to knock him out. And then you got Griff Garrison. Who the bleep is Griff Garrison? And then you got Preston Vance, who possibly walked down LFI. He betrayed the Dark Order, which I'm sure the Dark Order will never forget that. And so the Frat House more like the 3 Stooges, Mo, Larry, and Curly, and Jack Jameson could be Shep. Anyways, And then Jack Jameson tried to get involved during that matchup, but then AR Fox and the Kingdom ended up winning that matchup. And I think if they keep winning ways, they could be a threat to the 6-man tag team championship. So speaking of the 6-man tag team champions, STP, Shane Taylor Promotions, got a promo about being the new 6-man tag team champions. And he said, I'm the only one's not, Shane Taylor said, I'm not the only one not because I expected this. So come on. They were looking for challenges, man. So, standing in tag team action, the Spanish Announce Project against the Premier Athletes, Tony Nese and Aria Davari, which, smart Mark Sterling, another guy I got a picture with, keeps running his mouth about, he's getting hurt, maybe needs surgery. And then he gets involved in the match again. Dude, what is going on with you? And there's some tall statuesque woman, and she's pretty beautiful, grabs Serpentico by the throat and choke slams him. And the Premier Athletes get the victory. I was like, who is this woman? And if she signed on with AEW Ring of Honor, there's some women that could have problems. Megan Bain could be one. Chris Statlander could be another. Willow Nightingale could be another. Heck, Mercedes Moné and Timeless Tony Storm. Shine those belts up, ladies. That woman could be a threat to either one. Or Athena. Athena with a 1,000-day reign as champion. Women's champion. This woman who just the Premier Athletes brought up is going to be a threat. Not only that, the Women's Television Championship, both Mina Shirakawa and Red Velvet got titles. From that, Red Velvet the champ, and you got the interim champion, Mina Shirakawa. And then whoever walks out is Honor Women's Pure Champion. Holy mackerel. This woman could be a threat to any championship. Be on the lookout for this lady. We'll find out who she is in a few moments here. And then afterwards, Sterling says he's the contingency plan. That ain't her wrestling name, but we'll find out who she is. Women's Pure matchup, as you know, you will allow 3 rope breaks. After the rope breaks, pins and submissions are legal, especially if you're hanging onto the ropes. Rachel Ellering, the second-generation wrestling star, who is the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Precious Paul Ellering, the manager of the Legion of Doom, one-time manager of the Final Testament, and the Authors of Pain. And DOA, I might add, went up against Deonna Purrazzo, and Deonna Purrazzo has won the matchup. Right afterwards, another Ring of Honor Women's Pure matchup. As you know, Deonna Purrazzo's first-round opponent, Trish Adora, went up against a young lady from Long Island by the name of Ashley Vox, and Trish Adora's won that matchup. And then MXM TV, that's the MXM collection, that would be Mansoor and Mason Madden, along with Taya Valkyrie and Johnny TV, and they were talking about the cologne, aka perfume, known as Seed, and they all made the jokes, and oh my gosh. Meanwhile, Alex Zane took on Johnny TV, and then Taya Valkyrie got involved, Mason Madden got involved, distracting the referee, while Mansoor sprayed that cologne, that is ugly stuff, Seed, on Alex Zane, and Johnny TV ended up winning the matchup. Then Lexi Nair interviewed the Premier Athletes along with Smart Mark Sterling and said, who is this lady? And she says, it's a contingency plan. Her name is Story Denali. Remember that name, because Story Denali, like I said, she's going to be a threat to any championship held, any women's championship held in AEW and Ring of Honor. Ladies, I'm more concerned with Toni Storm. Hopefully she doesn't hurt her. And also Mina Shirakawa. But I will get to that. Athena, Mercedes Moné, and whoever comes out the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champ, watch your backs. Story Denali is a threat. And also, like I said, she could be a threat to any powerhouse woman on the roster. Megan Bain. She can give Megan Bain a run for her money. The woman's 6'3", we found out. 6'3". I feel bad for the guy who's dating her. Unless he's taller than her, or equally tall as her. Imagine that. Oh boy. Oh, she is statuesque. Very beautiful young lady. But she's a woman with a bright future. if they use her right. But if AEW Ring of Honor doesn't use her right and she leaves, I'm sure the WWE would said, "Hey, come on board." I can see Story Denali in the WWE being a threat to either Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, all these powerhouse ladies, Rhea Ripley. Come on, it's something. But she's in Ring of Honor, AEW. She's a threat right now. Meanwhile, Jordan Oliver went up against Beast Mordos of LFI. The Beast Mordos ended up winning that matchup. And then the Outrunners cut a promo on STP and anybody in the Ring of Honor Tag Team division. We know right now Rush and Sammy Guevara are the Tag Team champions of LFI. So they say, you knock us down, we'll get back up. Gotta love the Outrunners. They're really cool, funny guys, and very entertaining. Plus, they're 80s style. Yeah. Anyways, Beef and LSG took on the team of Lance Archer and Hechicero from the Don Callis family, and Archer and Hechicero ended up winning that matchup. Josh Woods of the Premier Athletes made his return to the Ring of Honor ring as he took on Matt Mako in a men's Pure Rules matchup, which Woods has won. Remember, Woods is a former Ring of Honor Pure champion. Hologram went one-on-one with Aaron Solo of QTV, and Hologram ended up winning the matchup. And no evil clone to come out to get him. Ring of Honor World Title Proving Ground matchup. It's like an eliminator matchup. If you beat the champion, you get a shot at the title. Bandito, the world champ, went up against Big Shotty Lee Johnson, and Bandito ended up winning the matchup. But Blake Christian attacks him from behind and grabs the title and holds it up himself, thinking he's going to be a threat to the championship. Well, that's all the time we have. On the next episode, I'll talk about SmackDown. Here's the fun part about tomorrow on Collision. 3 of my favorite ladies of AEW are going to be on the same team. Now, Chris Statlander, she's not that bad looking. But however, I don't trust her because the fact that she might be jumping ship to the Death Riders, and even though Wheeler Yuta, a.k.a. the crackhead Quantum Ranger, is trying to recruit her. I don't know what's going on. I think Wheeler Yuta's got a thing for Chris Statlander. That's what I'm thinking. So, anyways, I'd rather replace Chris Statlander with Hikaru Shida. I would have been happy as a clam. But, however, right now, it'll be Timeless Tony Storm, the AEW Women's World Champion, teaming up with the interim Women's Ring of Honor Television Champion, Mina Shirakawa, along with Harley Cameron, Feel Her Rough, and Chris Statlander. They actually go up against Megan Bayne in the Triangle of Madness in an all-star 8-woman tag team matchup. As you know, Adam Priest has found himself a partner against FTR, none other than the generational star Tommy Billington, the Dynamite Kid. So, I think the son of the original Dynamite Kid. And another rematch goes between Daniel Garcia and Jon Moxley for tomorrow night on Collision. So, that's it. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and door for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.